Facebook for a lot more than accounting.
Well, I need Salesforce integration.
QuickBooks works with Salesforce.
Really?
Yep.
Hello. My apologies. Technical difficulties getting started here. And turned out, whatever channel I had for Chill Hop, they were throwing an ad in like every other minute. So I had to, finally, I thought it was just going to keep not have an ad for a while, and it just kept going. So I had to change it. Anyway, hi. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon spinning, and I'm going to try and finish this bobbin, which shouldn't take too long, and then we have show and tell. And I have a box, and I ended up getting 3 boxes of stuff. I'm going to do one today after I'm done spinning, and then the other 2 I will do Tuesday morning before I really do anything else, because Tuesday is the crafting day. And Tuesdays, those 2 boxes you can see behind me on the bed there that are sewing supplies. So, sort of fits with the theme of Tuesday. My gosh, it is gorgeous outside. Sunshine is beautiful. You know, I was out there just enjoying that, but the wind is still kind of chilly. So, you know, the weather guy today was saying, don't get fooled and plant anything. You will lose it. It is too soon. It is too soon by about 6 weeks, really. It just doesn't seem like it because it's so beautiful. Let's see. Anything else? This is Sunday afternoon. We've had a good weekend and not much planned next week, which is good. I'm doing some cleaning right now, which is not good, but needed, very needed. I am spinning a Romney mohair. It is the last of, I'm sitting here holding my coffee or my tea just because it is the last and very, very little left. It has been a wonderful spin. So let's go do that. Pulling some off here. This live scene here was the second thing I was having lots of problems with. The background, see where you see that? What I like now is kind of a light gray. I cannot find any way to associate that with just plain solid colors. So what I have to do is find a picture, photo, and find an area on the photo that has a background color. And I did that. I've had black for a long time, which is the lack of anything, right? It's sort of like your true background. But I was getting really tired of that black. It just looked really dark, right? And I kind of like, look, this matches my hair. I kind of wonder if I should make this picture a little bit bigger. I'm in a fiddly mood today. Not sure. Oh, wait, I need to lock that background in anyway. Not quite sure. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Oops. No, it's not that one. Okay, sorry, not what I wanted to do. Get a little bit bigger. Okay, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. Might not be able to do it. Oh, what I got, okay. I gotta go back to the other one because I got this too small. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. This is not the way I wanted it to go. Now that just irritates me to no end. Why can I not get that background bigger? I'm so frustrated. I have never had this happen before. I have no idea how to fix it. Unless, let's see. No. Is that it? Okay, I'm like baffled. It just has to be that. Okay. Also wish I could make my camera brighter. I give up. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm all right with that. looks a lot lighter. Okay. At least that part worked. So we have another auction going on. This one is so big that it is closing over 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night. But it's at the same location, and you can pick your stuff up, whatever one you order from, or if you win. And I'm not even going to say, because the truth of the matter is I'm very easily not going to get any of it, so not going to, but it's been fun. It's been massive, and it's been a lot of fun. We went on Friday to pick up this last lot, and it was pouring rain Friday morning. By the time we went out, it was after 12 o'clock, and it had stopped raining, but it was real overcast. It looked like it was gonna rain, right? But fortunately it didn't. I was like, oh man. In fact, I even threw trash bags in the car, thinking I would have to cover the stuff up to get it to the car, but it worked out. We did the one big to-do this morning, which was rotate our mattress. It's a pillow top, so it's not a flip. So we just do a rotation so that the side I've been sleeping on goes over to where hubby sleeps every once in a while. And it's a king size, so it's a big mattress to manipulate. But that is all taken care of now. Fresh sheets on there. He's doing laundry today, which is a good thing too. That was another needed household thing. We're kind of just, for some reason, a little behind on our household tasks, with the exception of the kitchen. I've been cooking, and I've been keeping up with the cleaning and everything, so. I was going to run the vacuum in here before today, because that's sort of where I'm at next with the vacuum, but I kind of ran out of time, and then I messed around with this other stuff, and it ended up being late anyway. it's nice to have a non-windy day. We have had so much wind, and day before yesterday, the last day of March, it was fierce. It was a fierce storm. Lots of tornadoes around Kentucky. None, fortunately, in the area, but potential there. And I went to bed Friday night finally because I was so tired. But I kind of half wondered if I would wake up to the roof falling down on us. But we are safe and sound. Just sometimes it can get really fierce here, the weather. I made a cup of tea. From Adagio. This one is their Halloween blend. I still had some of that left. I'm not as fond of it. Yeah, it's okay. There are others that I like from them a lot better, but yeah. Thought, excuse me, I thought, I could tolerate some of that today. It takes me forever to go through any kind of amount of tea, it seems like. Except, of course, the one tea bag, but they don't sell one tea bags, right? It's always a box of tea bags. Part of it that is I am the only one that drinks tea. Hubby likes iced tea, but not. He wants just standard tea bag teas for iced tea. Seems like a long time since I've had homemade iced tea. We brew it in an old Mr. Coffee. And then ice it. Oh, when we went in town, we stopped by a brewery. They are out of Lexington, but they have a tap house near us. We haven't been there. We hadn't been there for like a year. And it was really nice. And we also stopped. Hubby has a certain beer he likes to drink, and he'll go get 12 packs at Total Wine. And when we were there, we were looking, and they had Maybach. Maybach is a beer that is seasonal. It comes out only around this time of the year. So we got a 6-pack of Maybach. I need to sweep in here because I have a terrible habit of when I pull neps off of the fiber while I'm spinning, just dropping it on the floor. Got fresh asparagus for supper. We used to have an asparagus bed. I let it go, and every once in a while I can find one or two brave stalks that it spread so far from the original bed, right, that it's just kind of funny. But I don't even usually go out and bother because it got old and pretty woody. It just isn't young and tender. And our grocery stores, the one we shop at's really pretty good about having fresh at a really good price when it's in season. You can get it, but you pay for it a lot if it's out of season. I do try to eat seasonally. So I've been trying to decide how I want to fix it. More than likely I'll just do it in the microwave with a little bit of water in the dish. That's the way I usually do it anyway. Steaming it. Put a cover on and steam it. I feel like this needs a little more twist to it. Getting a little loosey-goosey there. I don't have much to say today. I know that. I'll be talking more later. But right now, just content to spin. Not much left. Unfortunately, my tea is cold. I don't think I'm going to drink any more of that. Sweeter teas. Not too bad. I don't mind them cold. This one's a black tea though, and not particularly sweet. Anybody get April Fooled yesterday? I didn't mess around with that. Nope. Where'd that come from? I think I'll put that in the trash can. So I have less than 2 weeks till my first fiber fair I'm going to. I have plans to go to 3 this year, I'm hoping. It's 2 weeks from yesterday. No, Friday, I'm sorry. Friday. We're going on a Friday. They have it on a Friday and a Saturday. And it's up at Greencastle, Indiana. I wonder if that's hubby. Somebody's hammering. I don't think that's hubby. Must be the neighbor. I think our one neighbor still works in the big city during the week and comes out here on the weekends. Oh, I'm almost done. Hi, Veggie. You are? Sorry? Later this month. Gee, okay. Ours don't start until the earliest is this one, Greencastle. That's around me. I can go to, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 states. 4 different states around me. And be, sometimes we have to stay overnight. Like, we're staying overnight at this one. The night before. But good to see you, Veggie. I fell asleep on you last night. I was watching and I fell asleep. That was late night for me when you were streaming. I do that snoring cat too. Hubby lays there and listens for about 5 minutes before he falls asleep, and he's like, "What? What are they talking about? What?" Go to sleep. You almost fell asleep yourself. Oh my, I've been there, done that. Thursday night, I do Thursday evening streams. They are, 7 to 9 my time, and I hate to admit it, but man, sometimes I have trouble staying awake, especially if I'm spinning and not talking. Have you seen this mohair? This blend that I'm spinning? I've been spinning it quite a few of the streams. I don't know if you've been by, but it's a Romney. In fact, this is all I have left of it. And it's more blue than it looks like on my camera there, but it's mohair or Romney and mohair. The Romney's first because it's more of that. Romney and mohair. And I got it from a place, I got it at a fiber fair, but they are online, and they're called Spinning Moon Fibers. It's really, really nice. I'm very impressed with their... The only thing is, I don't know how they pack it to ship, because this that I bought was in a great big 8-ounce ball. I mean, just wrapped around itself in a great big ball of roving. I can't imagine they ship it that way. They have to package it a different way, I would think. It is pretty. I like it. You didn't realize how tired I was until after the stream. Yeah. Yeah, I really like this. I believe that I'll see how it looks after I apply it and give it a bath, but I believe I'm going to be putting it in the state fair this year under dyed wool category. But I got it at Fiber Fair that I'm going to in a couple weeks last year. So I am hoping he has more this year. A different color, maybe. Well, he had lots of colors, so I'll try and buy a different color. I don't know what I want to make out of it. I never do. Oh, speaking of which, I found an adorable little bunny rabbit origami. And I am going to go up and I'm going to go where my Angora yarns and pull out my smallest skeins. Some of those skeins that I did were really small. And do a bunch of... I'm going to do a bunch of bunny rabbits. I'll try and do one of them on stream. They are so... I think it's just going to be really cute for Easter. Don't do decorating for holidays other than Christmas. I have a few things, but it's not a thing at our house. Definitely not like some people. Yeah, find an Easter basket, stick them in there. I think that'll be pretty cute. All right, one last hurrah here. This is the second bobbin, so next step will be plying probably Thursday night. Since Tuesday I try to do a craft day. Don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'll get my needle point out. After I finish this, I gotta do a quick Google and to check something, and then we're going to take a look at some of the linens I got at the latest auction that I bid on stuff and won. And after that, I may have to, if I have time and I want to spin on the Nano, I'm going to have to find something to spin. That's not too far away, right? Something in this room. Well, Holly, hello. Welcome. Thank you. I think so too. I think it's a pretty color. I always feel really, really sad when I get to the end of spinning a fiber. That's totally ridiculous. I've got the yarn. It's all about the spinning for me. Has been for years. May ply this off stream. I don't really, plying is boring. Even for me on stream, even being on stream, it's boring to ply. So I may go ahead and do this on Wednesday when I'm not on stream. Get it out of the way. And I have Shetland that needs to be combed. And I really would like to set up my combing system on stream again. Did it when I first got it a number of times, but I think I'd like to set it up again and do it on stream. Yeah, chain play is fun. I agree with that. I tend to use chain plying when I'm trying to keep colors in the same order, but not for solids. Veggie and Holly, are you working on a project this afternoon? Are you out and about? Or got family all around? Sunday afternoon is my favorite time to stream. I like this time. But only on the weekend. It's not that good during the week. Too many people working. You're winding down from the movie. Yeah. Oh, you went to the movie. How was it? What? Did you see? What'd you see? Gosh, I want to go see it. I know you were talking about it last night. Now it slipped my mind. All I can think of is The Hobbit, and I know it's not that. You're completing the backstitch on a current cross-stitch problem. Yes, I have to do that on that little one I've been doing. That takes time. It'll be finished. New Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you, Veggie. Yeah. Okay. We will do that. We will go see that. That's another one. Hubby's probably like, what's going on? He's never done the cards. I have to admit, I haven't either. I mean, I never really played the game, but at least I understand the concept. But I bet you what the promos I've seen look like it's really doesn't matter, right? Just a good fantasy movie. Now, that is one thing I like to do in the afternoon during the week, because we practically have the theater to ourselves. It's really nice. Okay, this is it. I can never get a lot of twist on that very end. I could sit there and hold it and let it spin and let it spin. And as soon as I let it go, all the twist comes out right out the end. So I always end up kind of losing that end. All right. Now, give me a minute here. There's stuff you might miss if you don't play. Okay. But they did a decent job, and if you don't get it, then it's still all good. That's good to know. And, well, in the worst case, he'll just sleep. He usually doesn't. But I have known him to doze off on some of them that were ones I wanted to go see. Oh, goodness. Here's what I need to Google. I want to Google what is the best way to handle how to clean cotton. Oh, let's say old cotton. Well, I got quilts, but I have pillowcases. And they are embroidered, which is more what I'm worried about than the white cotton. Okay, bleach is not recommended as it will affect the colored embroidery. Right. Try gentler remedies such as borax, baking soda, lemon juice, and sunlight to help restore the white. Huh, okay. I have tried OxyClean with various success. All right. Let's see what other answers. soak in warm water for 15 minutes. Add mild phosphate-free soap to your water and swish them around. That's Taste of Home. Well, now here's a sink full of hot water. Give them a good stir and a poke. Let soak overnight. Drain the tub, or drain the sink, and transfer to a washing machine. Wash on a regular cycle. Oh, with 2 cups of vinegar. Now, will vinegar affect the dry in the sun? Dry in the sun is the other thing I need to figure out how to do. Will vinegar affect cotton embroidery? Hang on, let me write this down first of all. Give me a clean sheet of paper. Okay. Hot water. And you know what? If I do them in the sink, I'm not going to get that many into the sink. Maybe 4 in my big side and 2 in the other side. Drain. Now they don't say wash with 2 cups of vinegar. Oh, and your normal detergent. They do say that. Okay. And then dry in the sun. All right, well, I believe that actually sounds a lot like, it's all right. Hand wash vintage in cold water. There are detergents specifically designed to get stains out in cold water. When you hand wash, you'll want to run a sink full of cold water and use very gentle detergent like Woolite, which I try to avoid. You know, it says or lingerie specific detergent, so that means soak would work. But I sure don't know that soak is strong enough to get the yellow out. Also, vinegar is what you add if embroidery, you think anything's going to bleed, you add vinegar. So that should prevent the bleeding. How do you whiten vintage pillowcases? I may have already. Fill a sink with very hot water, 1/4 cup of Dawn. Add 1 cup. Oh, wait a minute. I need to open this up and read this. How do I do this? Housewife how-tos. I hate these blog things because they have so many ads. Alright. So fill very hot water. What I have are not bad. It's more that they have spots. I need a pretty good spot remover, I think. 1/4 cup Dawn. 1 cup baking soda. Swirl to dissolve. I'll just put dissolve well. And it's saying scrub the pillowcase against itself. So in other words, you're going to hand scrub it. A little scrub board might be good. I have one. Yeah, laundry scrub board works even better. Scrub one at a time, but do multiple. Okay, drain sink. Refill hot water and dish soap. Small amount. Soak 1 to 2 hours. It's worse than fleece. Or overnight. Rinse hot water. And then washing machine. Now it says tumble dry. But okay. Hi, Guitar Nut. You think okay. It's also a whitener? You mean soak? No, it's not, because it's for fleas. And you don't ever use any kind of bleach, whitener, or anything like that on a fleece. It's vinegar is a whitener. Okay. Very possibly. I mean, some people put vinegar in their last rinse of their even fleas to get the any residual soap scum. I think it's more like acid base bonding so that it gets cleaner, because soap is alkali, right? And vinegar is acid. Soap Celebration, yeah. I know it smells. I use mostly unscented. I have been given the fragrance, and I don't know if it was Celebration or what it was, but I have been given the fragrance ones as a gift, and used it, and liked it. But when I buy it, I tend to buy. In fact, I got to add that to my list for the Fiber Fair, so I don't have to ship it. Okay, got a list going. I got a list. All right, we are going to, let me see if I can put this in front of me. We are going to unbox a box of linens that are mostly pillowcases that I got at a list, yes. I am going to assume if the lady of the house that this household was for, it is so funny. All these auctions I've gone to and the things that I have bought, I just sort of assume there's only a woman there. That is because I am buying all the women's stuff. Now, my husband got a toolkit at this one, right? So there were, and in fact, he really wanted a table saw, and we saw it being loaded up in the truck when we were there picking up our stuff, and I said, there goes the table saw you wouldn't up your bid on. You know? It's okay. He's he's not that much of a woodworker, but he's just like, oh yeah, right. So yeah, mostly I buy the women's stuff, so I assume it's only a woman of the household is there, and statistically it's very possible the husband passed away first, the lady moves or goes into a rest home or whatever. Anyway, I'm also I am not supposed to do this, but I also figure it's an elderly person who had to downsize and go to a different home. I have a pretty good chance that that's also correct, but I'm making these assumptions that I shouldn't be making. On the other hand, it makes a connection. Every single one of these auction lots that I buy, I just feel the presence of the person who it belonged to, right? I am just doing a promise out to the cosmos that I'm going to continue to take care of these things that they had to give up. And it makes me feel good, right? So that's my justification, and I'm sticking with it. These guitar nut, these are on auction site, okay? They're local to me, so we go to a place to pick them up, but it's all done online. I used to go to auctions all the time, and I loved it, but I bought way more then than I do now because I'd get caught up in the moment. You have to bid right then and there, where if it's online, usually for 5 or 6 days, you have time to think about it. You set your max. It's for a long time you have it, and then all of a sudden somebody else bids and you don't have it because it goes over your max. Then you have to reconsider. Do I really want? You don't get that kind of when you go to estate sales that might be 2 days, or you go to actual physical auctions at a site. You don't have that time. It's very much more impulse, and I like this way so much better. Yeah, transferal of caretaking. Here we go. Let me get this camera. Alright, this is the box. This is one of 3 boxes I bought. The other 2 are sewing supplies. We have a theme here. You notice that? I didn't notice that until I looked up into the camera and saw the 3 that are alike. I did not realize that at the time. I also have some hankies that... So let's get those out first. What I want to do... I should have another table. But I will just work on top of this and set them aside. Gradually the box will empty. But let's see if I have a 4th. Wow, 3 is an unusual number. Oh, that's a tablecloth. Oh, I got a couple tablecloths. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, these are pillowcases. And guess what? This one is pink. Faded pink. With yellowing right there. How's that camera working? Okay. So we have, this one is faded pink. So these are. How about we guess that these 2 were slept on. They have some yellowing and that sort. And then this one, which has totally different colors, darker blue, and they did something different in the petals here. Purple flowers. And look, it has... Oh, shoot, it's not a pillowcloth. It is a dresser scarf. Duh! Open it up and figure it out. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's a dresser scarf. Yeah, well, it's... got what was making me wonder was this stitching right here, right? The border stitching, which is so cool. That is just very even chain stitch or back stitch maybe, but yeah. Okay, so we have 2 pillowcases and a dresser scarf. This is what I don't know whether to try and get out or not. See those right there? You know, somebody spread a few drops of coffee. Who knows? Who knows what that is? So I think I'm going to look into, here's another one right there. I think I'm going to look into let's see, who makes the spot remover? But they make pens, right, where you can just dab with a pen. I think I'm going to look into that, as well as a bigger, more liquid process. I like dresser scarves too, and I have dressers. I have a lot of dressers. Tied to go, yes. That's Guitar Nut, you're right. That's what it is. So this is interesting that it's pink. The other thing I have to decide, I have two things I decide. If I feel like I want to part with them or actually put them in use. Oh, you can't even tell that's pink. It is. It's a light pink. It looks white on there. You can't even tell it. It is. This is a light pink. Sorry. I didn't pick that up. I'll pick it up this way. Nope. Doesn't pick that pink up at all. So, you know, this, I'm going to clean them all the same way. But then as I work with them and all that, I do end up deciding, do I want to keep it? And I believe this is going to go into the keep. First of all, I'm not 100% sure this is going to, it looks faded. Even though I think it's a light pink, it looks faded. It's got a fair amount of yellowing on it. Fold line. Oh, it's ripped. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. I should look on the back. Okay, that's a serious mending job. Yep, this got used hard. That needs a patch or a mend. And to be honest with you, what I'll do is set these and process them separate. If I have to take it. Now this one is in a little bit better shape, but it's got a seam problem, which is way easier to fix than the, right there's a seam problem. And if it's absolutely too chewed up all over, then I take this off as much as I can and use it for a quilt top. That's what I would do. So it doesn't, okay, I won't reject things. And in the auction lot that we're doing, I mean the auction site, they take a lot of pictures, but they don't unfold them like this. And unless it's in a box lot like this, they will if it's one item that might be like, you know, I'm not going to pay this much money for that one item because it has this damage. They'll do it that way. But when it's a box lot like this, you're going to get good stuff and worn stuff. Now, I want to pull this one out. No, I don't. Let's see here. Let's see if we have any more matches. I don't think so. Yep, we have another pair. Here's another pair, right here. Look it's got lace on it. Now we have to decide. Yep, that is hand crocheted. Because I can see it is not sewn on. It's not machine stitched on. It is not sewn by hand. I can see the puncture of where each, oh, my little hand's right in the, cursor's right in the way there, of where, you know, each went in there and then they did a double crochet. So this, I like These are actually in pretty good shape. I mean, color-wise. I've got one spot right there. Looks like hard telling. And this is a band that is put on with, how did they do this? Okay, so it looks like they did pulled thread right there, right? And they do that just for decoration. This is sewn right here. It's got a hem, and it's machine sewn. So the band was put on. They probably would have done this here, and sewn it on. There's a tiny little hem. Actually, this is doubled, but when you look through it, you can see there's a tiny hem turned under here, and of course here, but this is where they started the crochet. And once they did that, then they go up above there and they start a thread, and you can do that on certain ones. This one definitely has where you can see the weave, where this one didn't. So you have to have the right kind of right kind of weave to do that. Okay, we got some brown spots. Yeah, a lot of browning there. Oh, that's, the other thing you can do is dye it, but I really try not to do that. But these could be, if they wash up nice, these I actually might put it out for sale. Just depends, because they are actually very sturdy. They're very big. They're narrow, but they are king size, as far as I can tell, which is another thing you have to really pay attention to. Part of what makes them so big is this extra length of this border right here. Yeah, this is nice. I'll give it some good clean TLC. I think these would be resellable if the fair amount of the yellowing and spots come out. Not. That's a lot of work. I know. This is the point I'm making is there are a lot of the generation before me, right? My grandmother, grandmother's generation, and a little bit my mother's generation, but more my grandmother's generation. And that's why when you get these could have been passed down. These could have been done by a relative, a grandmother to her, as a young girl, to put in her hope chest, right? There's no dating on these usually. And so you just kind of have to, some of the patterns are more modern, and so that they're not, but it's all guesswork, really. Okay, now this is a small one. This is a standard size pillow, and looks like it's a commercially bought pillow, because this is your standard band. By the way, these all should be ironed, after you're finally ready to, before you put them on the bed. That crisp iron cotton, right? Little bit of starch, maybe, just a little bit. This is real basic. So there's only one here, and I would sell just one, but this is basic enough that I can use this at home and not feel uncomfortable using up something that is really, really lots of work. I'm folding them 2 ways. So I know my system here. We have Sheila, whoever liked pink. Okay. We have 2 pink that do not match. I have to admit, I don't think I care for that too much. Nothing wrong with it, you know, and it's the same as this. But this is a heavy cotton, and it has really yellowed right here. Be interesting to see if that looks like where somebody laid their head on it. It's right in the middle there. I am going to see if, yes, this is hand stitched. Got a nice satin stitch, but real basic. I'm thinking this might be, it wasn't stamped on there. They may have drawn it on themselves. Not sure if I can figure that out or not, because it really is completely covered. You know, I don't know about this one either. I hadn't really looked into whether they were, I was just assuming they were stamped. But it might not be possible to tell because, you know, a lot of times when you wash them, that stamping goes away. What is it? I don't like the fact they put pink on pink. I think that's what it is. I like pink and green together usually, and there's a variegated in there. A pink and green variegated right there. Oh, in fact, it's the same. Well, maybe not. Oh, that's really interesting. They didn't like the variegated. The only variegated is right here. Everything else is pink. And they made part green. They were playing around with the design. Okay, let's open this up. Yes! Pull them out! Get him out and work on them. I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. I actually don't have any pillowcases going. I have other cross-stitch projects, but I don't have any pillowcases going. I end up doing this instead, right? This is actually not all that yellow either. So this one's going to be one that actually washes up really good, pretty easily, I believe. One of my hardest things is how to store it until I'm ready to. What I want to do is go to the local mall thing where you rent booths, right? They're antique, kind of not quite flea market, and we have one local here. And I've been talking to my friend. She wants to do some stuff too, so I said, well, let's just do one together, you know, and keep it for a couple months and see how it goes. And, you know, if we don't like it, then doing it, we don't have to do it. So I figure I would focus on vintage linens and grapevine wreaths that have silk flowers on them. She has dishes, a piece of furniture. Not real sure what else I might have. So, yeah. Let's see what this is, because it has been taken. Oh, man. Okay. I'll look at the embroidery here in a minute, but this has some major going on here. The entire seam is out on one side. Like, maybe they were thinking about taking this apart. But I don't think I will, because I like the pink. The pink band is real unusual, and it's not that yellowed. The main side or this side. This is really different to put a band like this on. That is really different. I truly, actually, personally want this one myself. I love the colors. I love the flowers. I would have not used the orange on the butterflies, but it's true to life. I'm so oh, what am I trying to say? You know, matchy. I am. I'm terrible. You still use a set of peacock pillowcases I embroidered as a teenager. Yes! That is really cool. So I have to decide, this is ripped, isn't it? How did the seam come out of this like this? There's like nothing there to, okay. This obviously folded under, oh, I see. The band, I wonder if they did, okay. I believe it was folded like that in order to seam it. But I would do a double seam. I would do an overlap seam. This is all on the inside, but an overlap seam here after cleaning up the threads and everything. And then maybe turn it like this and do a overlap seam. Now, what would that look like on this side? We should have enough room to do that. Yeah. That wants to tell a story, but we'll never know. It'll work. All right. Let's go back over here. We've got hankies and napkins. Oh my gosh, I love napkins. Oh, all right. The hankies. Oh, that actually could be. That's not a hanky. That goes under like a candle or whatever. Boy, it needs a lot of work. Okay, here's my test piece. This is my test piece because it has lots of brown. It has a spot. It is the even weave fabric. It's not the cotton. I need a test piece for the cotton. But yeah, this is my test piece. I'm going to sit it out. Actually, I'm not going to put it in the stack. It has embroidery. Oh. But anyway, that's not a really a hanky. This is commercial. These are so many. I get so many of these. These are your fancy. That one has never been used. Really, that is. It's still ironed in many ways. I can put that one right in my drawer or wherever. And this is just a traditional. Yeah, these got. I'll wash them, but I'll use them. These are hankies to use. Just a traditional cotton hanky. Now this one looks like they may have done it. That's the wrong side. And, oh yes. Okay. Alright. I don't know. It might be machine done. I wish I knew a way to tell. Let me look at these. I have no idea what that stitch is at all. And my thing is, I want somebody else to look at this. I have no idea what that. All right, it's a chain stitch, but on the underside, on the underside it looks like a satin stitch. It looks like it. Oh, I swear it looks like it's backwards. Wait a minute here. You know what? Okay, that's the back side, I think. So what they're doing here, it's hard to see. It's white on white. All right. Is they put a piece of it's like satin but not slick. Okay, underneath or right there. And then I wish Mass Bandit was here. I'll have to hold this out and show it to her. And then they did all this work on top of it, which makes it look like that's the right side. It really does. It looks like the fabric should be on the right side. But the stem work looks like it was done on this side. And there's the French knots. Yeah, French knots are on this side. Huh. Oh boy, that one's... Well, yes, it's applique. Right there. On this side. You know, this is appliqued on. But here, where the stems is, and the leaves, that's all backside stitching. As well as on the applique there, because the applique here, see there is stitching right there. What is that? Trapunto? They didn't stuff it. It's like trapunto, but it's not stuffed. That's what it's like. And this side where, okay, the fabric is on this side, but on this side where there is stitching, there's also all these French knots. And they're on this side, so I know this is the right side. Okay, this one is my show. This one is my, wow. And only one corner's done with the big design. The other three corners have a small design and a vine work. Ooh. Nice. Smells good. Smells like baby powder, actually. These are all, that was really weird. Oh, I like the next one coming up. This, not this one, but all right, standard. They did this work, and that's interesting. Yeah, I had it backwards. That's better. that's, oh, look how they made it so it looked like the bow, it has a bow here. They actually folded it, and no, I think I can iron that down. Okay, I think I can iron that down like that. Ooh, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. That one needs washing. This is the one I was like, I love this butterfly. I love that. Man, what nice work. They never use the, oh, it's ripped. Oh, I'm going to try and darn that, mend that. That is too bad, because I can find a place to put that butterfly. I can take that off and cut it along. But it just, it's perfect on that. That's too bad. This one's got some dirt on it, some stains, and some holes. But, you know, I suspect a lot of this was made by a young lady learning fancy work. I really do. Because this has pulled thread. Right there, like Hardinger. There you go. You can see. And they would have had to pull it, yeah, just that way. Just that way. I've never really done pulled thread. And then, of course, it has the same embroidery. These were made as a set, I'm pretty sure. Same color. But it's got a bad burn. It's got a, I wonder if that's an iron burn. Now burn, I don't know how to get out. I don't know. And that's a hole. That's too bad. Now this I could take off. I could take the lace work off. I'd lose that drawn thread. But I could take the lace off. I'll have to think about that one. This is a standard. This one somebody sewed commercial. Ooh, that's small. Commercial. Basically, this needs new lace on it. I wouldn't keep, that lace isn't worth keeping. I mean, you can replace it with almost the same thing. Little bit of embroidery. Oh, a pincushion, yeah. That's a possibility. This one is starched. This one is this is organza. How interesting. Yeah, this is organza. And I'm sure they would have hand stamped that on there, I would think. Now, I'm not sure how they do these edging. It's got to be a machine edge. It's got to be machine edged. It's just not I know there are directions for that because what am I trying to say? I've seen it. Okay. These are hand towels, aren't they? I think they are. Oh, there's my... What in the world? It got painted. This lovely... I don't know if that's going to come out or not. I think it's paint. That's too bad. Maybe I could embroider over that. I could put another butterfly on it. That would work. Nice. That's applique. That's got just white fabric with beautiful stitches. You know what? That was done on the machine. Yep, that was done on a machine. Have another one here. More of this. That's starting to feel like a sticker residue. That might soak off. This one is blue. The other one was green. Same pattern. And this one's pink. Oh, how neat. That one's pink. That one looks good shape. Real good shape. Yeah, that's really nice. And then they had one left here. This one has been washed and left out, and it's browned, and I wonder if somebody's daughter made it or something. How'd they do those petals? What the heck? It's stuffed. Okay. I think. Okay. They glued glued part of an embroidery label, okay, on the back. It's right there. It's not sewn. It's got to be fabric glued. It's obviously held through. This has been washed, but they did it over this because this is what they stuffed these. That's Trapano. Why not take a piece of fabric? I guess you just don't always have fabric around, huh? See these? Okay, they're all embroidered. These are the only ones stuffed right there. They look a lot better stuffed. Maybe after they did that, they gave up. Said, I'm just going to embroider on it. This is nice. This is hot cloth. Pretty color pink. Wonder if that'll run. design, two different designs. Even work, or what do you call it on Huck on Huck? I mean, where you go under each of the raised threads that are in the line there. That's the best example I've seen of that in a long time. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. You can see really right here, like that right there. Right, Swedish weaving. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we're hitting 2 hours. Oh, I can go over today. Let's see here. What's it say for? Yep. You are absolutely right. Good call, Holly. Hi, Mass Bandit. Oh, you've missed a lot of things. Been doing. You can go back and watch it. But I've been doing a box of linens that I got, and I just hit these, and Holly helped me realize this is Swedish weaving. You've been at work. Yeah. I love these. First of all, it doesn't go on the back at all. That's really cool. It's got this problem on the edge here where the threads are hanging out. I'm not sure how you end them. These are ended. Looks like they get sewn down. Maybe with white thread. Yeah. I just need to sew those down with some white thread and then trim them close, because all the other ones are done. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. I know. And blue. I like blue. I got a problem right here. Tail. And what's interesting, I don't know. Okay. I thought it was the same design, but they never put the top light blue, the top on the, look at the difference right there. There's that light blue right there. Oops, sorry. There's a light blue right there, and then they missed it there on the other end. Very Art Deco. Your great grandma did that, Mass Bandit? Yeah. And yeah, very Art Deco. You are right. She taught me how to do it, so I've done it before. I thought you had. I mean, I know that you have done so much handwork. This is the one I like. Okay. I like all of these. I'm very, very happy to have these. I'm very excited. But this is the one I like. I love pink and green together. There's my favorite. That is so cool. And that is a light pink, light green, dark green. That is such a cool pattern. And then on this end, it's just the little. That is my favorite. I'm going to hang that one up in my bathroom right now. It's got a little bit of browning on the fold. I'll give it a wash. I don't know that when I get these at the auction if they actually ever wash them, but I would anyway. Okay, what do we got? Let's go on. I have a feeling these are dresser scarves. Yep. So we got a nice long one. That's pretty. This, I imagine is commercial. But they embroidered it. I mean, they crocheted it on. It's too perfect, right? The tension and everything, even ironed or whatever, done by hand wouldn't be that evenly even. But it's pretty lace. It's got bows in it. I think that one's going to go on top of my dry bar. This one looks like it's got a couple spots. Oh my gosh, this looks like something my grandma did. It sure does. Look at that really rustic looking cloth. Let me get the basket in there. I love that. Gosh, I love that. I keep saying this, but that's beautiful. That is just beautiful work. Got a little bit of hem problem here. It's come out. The hemming's come out. So I'll work on that. Got some spots, unfortunately. And this one looks well used. Small, and it's unfortunate. I like pansies, but it's unfortunate. Very, very simple embroidery. You know, every once in a while we hit something like this. Oh, sorry, it's not in the camera. We hit something like this, makes me really wonder if it was a younger person doing it at the same time, you know, or doing it. They're all old. I mean, they're not recently done. Now, this is, I don't know what this is. Oh, I'm so happy. It's an apron. It's a kid's apron. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Is it a kid's? No, it's an adult apron. Okay. So we have a gingham border. You had a foot of snow and expecting snow off and on all week. Oh, poor bandit. Okay. It's a sheep. And I don't know if it'll go around me or not. I'll have to try it on and find out. If it does, see, that's what was really fooling me. It doesn't have anything up here to put around your neck. I will have to do something to put it around my neck. I don't know why. Why would it be that way? You know? It doesn't look like it was supposed to have it. Am I miscalling this for something else? I mean, it's not an apron. I think it's an apron. Any other ideas? Oh, they used to pin them on. Really? Oh. Well, I can do that and be real authentic. I didn't know that. How cool. Well, that dates that. I love that. Okay, I have a tablecloth, which I don't think I'm going to be able to open, but let's see what we can thumb through here. Yep, it's all big flowers there. Let's turn it over. So that's the center. Well, no, I don't know. I may post a picture of this on Discord, but looks like it's gonna be a nice big tablecloth, and I love using these old ones on my dining room table. We don't eat on it, but you know, I sit at it a lot, and I love using these old ones like this. Pretty good shape. We'll see how it looks when I get it opened up. Now we're down to these doilies. Massive amount of crochet, all the same stitch. Are these washcloths? Yeah, I think these are washcloths. I mean dishcloths. Love the colors. This is not. That is just a commercial doily. Stick under a candle. I'm thinking it's a tablecloth. My table has, I can have up to 2 leaves, but I don't have the leaves in unless we have company, and it looks to me like it might be there's the width, 4 folds. There's 4 folds in the width, and yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's a big tablecloth. There is a very pleasant smell, not musty like I expect sometimes to run into. I do believe that the people who do the auction will Febreze stuff. I'm not real fond of that concept, but you know, to present something for sale, I can totally understand it. Well, I think I'm going to use these as dishcloths. First of all, they're very rough. You know, the stitches intentionally textured, right? And I would love to find the pattern, because that is so delicate. I can't see a. All right, this would have been, yep, all right. There's chain, single chain, all the way across there, making loops. And then they start doing, looks like 4. Man, I'm not good at crochet patterns, but this is a neat pattern, and doing it in the variegated really is interesting. It's crochet thread. Yes, they don't. I have not hit that. I would be so disappointed, because that is very hard to get out. All right, we have 2 things left here. Looks like pillowcases that are not embroidered. Fancy work on the end. I never know how to know if it's... I think they purchased a band and sewed it on there. They purchased the... It's got to be machine made. So they may make the band on their machine. I don't know how they... I think they do these and then punch with an awl after the... And these have to be cut out. I'm not up on the machine embroidery all that well to know, but it sure looks like they just made the bands on the sewing machine, and probably made the pillow because the cotton matches. I mean, it matches exactly. So they probably made the pillowcases too. Let me see how big these pillowcases are. Oh, they're standard size. Yeah. Let me look at the seams. They are serged. Yeah, they're serged. Oh, I don't know if I'll keep these or not. I like them. They are very dingy. Let's see how they clean up. And the last one is also white work with crochet. Now this, let me see, I believe is also purchased. Maybe not. There's just, the tension is so even. But in this fine a thread, it might be hand done. I can't tell. How do you tell? Now they did attach it with your they attached it with thread. It's hand sewn on. So they would have, if it was made, they would have made it separate, and then they didn't poke the fabric and do it on the thing. They made it separate. And then this is a standard hardinger technique. Pulled thread. Right there. And it's a small one. It's a standard size pillow. It's a nice shape. One little brown spot. And that's it. Oh my goodness. That's so much. I have so much work to do. I'm pulling out the pieces I want to work on first, after I go through the test thing. Nice box of treasures is right. It really is. where's the other pillowcase? With the basket. Alright. That's the... Oh, that's right, there were 3. Yeah, there were 3. Okay. There we go. Now I got them together. Okay. It is time for me to say it. What fun. I got stuff everywhere. Mass Bandit, are you still here? I want to ask you about something if you are on this that I found in this. Okay, I found this. Let me put this down. Okay. Thanks. I found this hanky. All right. Looks like your standard, maybe linen. Okay. And it has one corner that has, a certain design in it. And it's white on white work, so it's hard to see. And then the other three corners, they have vine work there and a little tiny thing. Okay, here's my problem. Here's what I don't understand, and I'm going to hold it as close as I can to the camera. If I look at the French knots, there's French knots right there, right there. Okay, if I look at the French knots, it looks like this is the right side. I was showing you the wrong side. And if I look at the applique, this looks like the right side with the applique. So it's like there's the flower right there, and there's in stitching on top of it to give the flower some texture. Okay. So that all looks well and good. But when I get to the stem work, it looks like they did the stem work on the back. So that all you get is dots on this side. Is that, and that's my question, is that a, instead of your traditional stem work where you want just the dots? Because all of this that connects underneath that flower there, all these flowers, all that stem, it's all done with what I know as, it's not a satin stitch, but when you do leaves, you know how you fill a little, wider than smaller than small, that looks like it's on the wrong side. It's a special technique. The other thing I want to show you, okay, so we have the fabric on this side. This is, as far as I can tell, this is the right side. And we have fabric, and we have satin stitch outline, on the flower to give it texture and everything. But if I go in on the other side, I also have satin stitch right there, which is way wider than the front side. Well, an outlier to your fiber art experience. Thank you, Guitar Nut. That just like sounds like the perfect, quotable quote, let me say. But thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Satin stitches mirrored on both sides. It would look the same. It's been a long time since I was reading about that type of work, and I never actually did it. Try it. I got too busy. If you ever run across online, because I wouldn't even know where to Google or what to Google, even one general link to help me get going on looking, I would appreciate it. The second thing is, you said satin stitch should be on the same on both sides. It's extremely narrow on what I'm calling the right side. It's narrow there, okay. But, okay, so what happened was on this one that's running here, it's very narrow there, but it's very wide, like they were pulling, I think they were pulling the fabric in, I guess. But it's very narrow on the, what I'm calling the right side, and very wide on the underside. Yeah, I mean, it might come to you, and you are, right, my guru at this point. You have way more just general knowledge about needlework, and I'm doing good. I mean, I can identify an awful lot when I get this vintage stuff like this, but the more I learn, the more better I'll be. So I'm interested in learning more. I am going to have to call it a day, though, on the stream, sadly. But I got some things to do yet tonight, and I'll be back Tuesday morning. And at that time, I'm going through the other two boxes, and I don't know if it's going to take the whole stream or not. It's 2 boxes of sewing stuff, but they're bigger and bulkier, and probably it's only going to take half the stream. And then I'll probably work on a cross stitch. You think it's candle wicking? Oh, okay. I've heard of that, but they didn't use really nice, thin. I mean, it's called candle wicking because they use a fat thread like candle wick. But okay, I can check that. I'll check that. Anyway, everybody have a great start to your week. I hope your Monday goes well, and I will see you Tuesday morning. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and put a smile on your face. Make everybody wonder what you're up to. Bye, y'all. Have a great time. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, everyone.